Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Hey everyone, alright, let's start with the kitchen, shall we? What I got to do is we got the switching panel here, and then we've got the remote for the battery. Now last night Ziggy sat down and measured the cutouts, so where we want it all cut, and she's still inside doing stuff, but when she comes out she'll tell me where she wants it all. Okay, so we've done the cutouts and we've put these switches in where Ziggy wanted them. We put this one right over here in this corner, so when she's standing at the kitchen she can reach over and do the pump. I put this one here, and surprise, surprise, we have connected that wire. We still don't have the fuses, but this is the remote working only. I'm still waiting on this to get here, and some plugs, some nice little plugs that blink this off. Okay, so you can't drop anything in there and create a short. 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. Okay, we'll come back in there in a minute. We'll just come across to here first. Okay. Alright, so that's what it looks like from the kitchen side. Alright, you can see you can really easily reach this switching. What's going to be plugged into these lighter sockets? The lights, people. Well, the lights have all got the lighter socket outlet, and that's all for lights. If we need to plug anything heavier in, I also have the option to do that. Okay, then we have the inverter on off, and Ziggy's power point, which she can now reach from the kitchen without too much of a stretch. Up in under there is a fuse block, and it looks really hard to get to, doesn't it? But it's not. It's mounted up there on that carpet with some very good Velcro, and we can just peel that fuse block off. If there's a blown fuse, it'll dangle down and change the fuse and then stick it back up with Velcro. I've never had, we had a first aid kit up here which will be going back up here for many rough road trips, and it never shifted, so this carpet's really good for Velcro. Down here I put the Anderson plug back in that Ziggy wanted, and she said it's important because that's where we hook the camper trailer, the ute to when we're camping, so that the solar system keeps all the batteries in the ute charged through the projector battery management system that is in the ute. So we plug this in and plug it into the ute, and it keeps the main battery charged, the winch battery charged, and the lithium battery charged that we use a little inverter on to run the electric blanket or an electric fan in the rooftop tent. And I've still got to connect, these are just sitting there so I know what they are. This is the winch outlet for the little winch that goes on the back. It's not the big winch for the main car. This is a little 4,500 pound winch. This is a bit more than 2 ton, I think. Which is all this trailer only weighs fully loaded 1,500 kilos, or 1.5 ton. So it's more than capable of pulling the trailer backwards, so we can get unbogged if we ever get bogged with the main winch, and then we can winch this one out as well. I usually find it's best to separate the vehicles if you can. Just makes it easier on the gear. I'm hoping to get this inverter door back on today. That's about as neat as they're ever going to get. That wire there that's dangling down that roll, that's 6mm squared. That's going to hook the, first of all, the solar to the input side, or the PV side of the MPPT, and the 6mm squared is going to do the output. That'll handle over that distance easily 50 amps. So I don't envisage any problems there. I've got to do a bit of tension relief and tidying up down there. But basically, all my cables, okay, so coming, all right, there's a 120 amp plug on this. So if we have a look, you can't really see it, but that one there, that one right there, that is a 20mm squared Australian made Tyco twin core sheaved wire. And then we have a 10mm square, and going to the switch over there we have a 6mm squared twin core, all Tyco, all Australian made, because it's good quality wire. I've just got to tidy that all up, make that look pretty, and that runs down along there, down along there, in here. It's all running in here and into the battery, and there's a couple of loops there, working loops, okay? So if I've ever got to cut or redo a battery or a connection, I've got working loops. So instead of replacing the whole wire, I've got a working loop. It's always going to look a bit rough in that corner because that's where all my working loops are going. And that's about it. I mean, I'm still waiting for fuses to come for this. I mean, it's stupid I can't buy fuses in town. I went to buy, you know, those plastic caps, okay, battery caps, terminal caps, these things. Alright, I went into town to buy a pair of them, and they wanted $30 for that bit of plastic, and they wonder why I don't buy stuff locally. So I got onto eBay, I bought a set of 10 for $6 delivered. And while I was there, I bought some covers for these for, I think it was $10 for a set of 4 Anderson plug dustproof covers. And so yeah, they're coming. Same as the fuses. The fuses in town are a ridiculous price. Yeah, for the price they want for one, I bought what I need with spares. Ridiculous. The Bunbury is just so ridiculous in its pricing, I tell you. It is just mad. It's totally mad. Anyway, people, apart from the fuses, and depending on how my back goes, I'm hoping to get this finished in here today. All the wiring tidied up, my stress relief on all these wires, and you can see, well, I know the difference between the negatives and the positives, but you can see on the negatives there's little black rings on the negative wires. You might not be able to see them down there, but and that tells anyone else that that's a negative wire, plus it's written on it, because this sort of cable only comes in one color. Anyway, there we go. So I'm going to hook the, what have I got to hook up, Chris? I've got to hook up the solar, the MPPT charge controller. I've still got to wire in the pump to that fuse box, but all the base wiring is done. The backbone is 100% finished now, and even this side here is finished. The kitchen, all this wiring in here is finished. I've still got to hook those two orange wires up over there for the winch outlet. It's been very tough on me back, I can tell you that right now, but we're getting it done. It's getting finished. And then when I hook this in, you can see I haven't actually touched any of the AC wiring because I would have to get an electrician out to do that. So I've left that all intact, and I'll just lift that back up into place and screw the door back on. I've got no need to mess with any of that stuff. That's all good. But all this DC stuff I can do all myself with no problem at all. Absolutely none. Alright, hope you enjoy this video. Keep safe. Bye for now.